Hey, this is Jackie, and I just finished speaking for 3 days in a middle school to 8th grade girls. Hey, this is Jackie, and I just finished speaking for 3 days in a middle school to 8th grade girls, and I had some great classes, some great girls, and I'm exhausted. And I'm exhausted not because I had to speak for 4 hours every day for 3 days. I'm exhausted because of the stories that I heard, either during class, and these girls tell all their business in the middle of class, or after class. Every day, after every class, I had girls in line waiting to talk to me, even during lunch. So I didn't even get to eat lunch because the girls would come back from either stay behind when it was time for them to go to lunch, or they would come back early because they all wanted to talk. And I mean stories from being bullied to having suicide attempts to dysfunctional home lives to low self-esteem. I mean, you name it. These girls are 13, 14 years old and they have these kind of issues. But let me tell you, the thing that was probably the most one of my favorite moments, I guess I'll say, is on the second day. I asked the girls, I said, did you learn anything yesterday, or what did you learn yesterday that may have made you think differently? And I had a girl say, and she was beautiful, she said, before I came in this class, I didn't think I was pretty. She was beautiful. She said, because none of the boys want to date me. And she said, because they didn't want to date me, I thought I must not be pretty. And she said, but after I heard you speak yesterday, it made me realize that how I feel about myself should be based on who I am as a person and not based on whether somebody wants to be with me. Because all these girls want to be picked. Or as a girl said the last time I was in a middle school, is she said, we just want to be claimed. And I'm like, that sounds so possessive. I don't like the word you want to be claimed. But they do. They want to be picked. And so I told this young lady, and I told the rest of the class, I said, if all of you can get what she just got, is that your value should be based on who you are and not based on who wants to be with you, I said, I'll consider this 3 days a success. Because if I can get you to love yourself, I don't have to worry about you making poor choices. But let me tell you what's so even crazier than girls thinking they're not pretty because they're not being picked. Now you have girls who are thinking that they're not pretty and have low self-esteem because guys aren't asking them for nude pictures, because guys aren't asking them to have sex. Even though that's not what they want to do, they're like, but I at least want to be asked. And I'm like, that is crazy. So you have guys who are respecting you enough to not ask you to do something disrespectful, whether that's sending nude pictures or having sex. And so now that decreases your self-esteem because you at least want to be asked. Y'all, this culture has done a job on these girls and their self-esteem and making them believe that they have no value unless they are in a relationship or somebody outside of themselves is showing them some attention. We have so much work to do, so much work to do. And as much as I prefer speaking to high school students because those classes are co-ed and it's a more mature discussion, every time I go to a middle school, I realize I can't stop speaking to middle school girls. And we have a guy who speaks to the guys, so that's the only reason why I only talk about the girls about middle school, because we separate by gender. But please pray for these girls so that they won't define themselves by a relationship. Whew.